Nuggets, the Warriors, and we expect a war.
My turn, your turn, between Steph Curry and the Butler here.
Curry, three. Oh! Curry dialing long distance. He'll throw up a shot. Oh, geometrically, that should not have happened.
Not one, but two closers on the same team.
That puts an exclamation mark on this Golden State win in Game 1.
Good stuff on the calls last night. We opened with the Warriors' big win, big performances again from both Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. And here's the good news if you're a fan of Golden State. When they win Game 1 under Steve Kerr, they are 20-1 in playoff series. You'll remember the only one they didn't win. It was the 2016 final against the Bronze Cavs when they were up 3-1, and then it got away from them. Carlos Boozer, Marcus Morris with me here. Let's run the floor through the weekend in the NBA playoffs. Celtics cruised past Orlando yesterday, but in the fourth quarter, Jason Tatum lands awkwardly on the wrist after being fouled. X-rays negative, but here we go. Let's go with this. Booze, do the Celtics still win this series easily, even if Tatum is compromised?
Yes, they got too many other guys that can get the job done.
Yeah, they will need him ultimately, though, right? I mean, if they need to give him rest for a day or two or a game or two or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, if they want to win a championship, you need Jason Tatum. But to get out the first round, they have other guys.
Yeah, again, the X-rays initially negative. Next, yesterday, the Thunder beat the Grizzlies by 51 points, which is the fifth biggest margin of victory in postseason history. So if I said OKC is going to remain undefeated until the NBA Finals, they have this series and then the winner of Nuggets-Clippers. Would you buy that?
No, even though as impressive as they looked in Game 1, they were terrific, checked off all the boxes. When they get past this round, the Clippers and the Nuggets will definitely get a win.
Yeah, you like the Clippers. I think that's a matchup that should be tough for this no matter how it goes.
Great matchup.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. And then Saturday night, primetime Lakers run off the court at home by the Timberwolves despite a hot start from Luka Doncic, who finished with 37. Where do you point the finger of blame, Booze, at the Lakers for their Game 1 loss?
I mean, as opposed to just saying, the Timberwolves did their job, but for the Lakers, the others have to step up. Only 13 bench points, Greeny.
13 bench points for LA. It's interesting because the Minnesota bench players, their quote-unquote supporting cast, all had a pretty good game, or many of them had a pretty game. My old buddy Jalen Rose always used to say to me when we were doing NBA together, and always sticks in my head, the role players tend to play great at home. That's where you count on it. This time, it seemed to flip a little bit here. It was Minnesota that got the good performance from the quote-unquote other players.
Yeah, McDaniels was probably the best player on the court last night, did a great job. Naz Reid had 23 off the bench. The others from Minnesota showed up. This is a series where everybody picked the Lakers. We picked the Lakers too. Mm-hmm. Minnesota has a chip on their shoulder, and they're playing like they have something to prove.
Well, we know that Shannon Sharpe has picked the Lakers repeatedly and always in rhyming form. He does it in couplet form, and he's got them winning in 5. Well, Stephen A. watched the game on Saturday night, and he was giving Shannon the business. Take a look at the tweet here from Stephen A. Someone just texted me with this message to send directly to Shannon Sharpe. AAA, NWA, I don't care what Shannon has to say, Lakers ain't winning